Good evening, folks. Red County, Blue Nation, little town of Westcliffe, and adjoining Silver Cliff, state of Colorado, great nation, the greatest nation in the whole this side of the galaxy, the United States of Americans. Right here and right now, folks. Stephen Rourke, James McMahon, Mike Boring. Jimmy, how are you this evening, buddy?
Just got here.
How are you? You're a little short on breath?
A little short on breath. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, barely got here. So, no, things are good. Weather's shaping it up, and things are getting busy, and you can lose track of time pretty quick.
Well, yeah, when the sun don't go down till...
Yeah. It's like, ooh, time to go.
Yeah, this is the weird part. I mean, it's... You think summer is like July and August or whatever, but it's like that's already the shortest. It's going shorter again by then. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. So, you doing all right?
I'm doing all right.
Good deal.
Doing all right.
I know there's hay fields to drag and...
Oh, I've done busted my chips. What little bit of hayfield I had, it only takes me about... The old man worked on it one afternoon, and I finished the rest of it in 3 hours. Go speed, go.
Yeah.
Now, when you're pulling 40 foot at a time and running about 6-7 mile an hour, it don't take very long.
No, that's covering some ground, so that's good. Anyways, we got to protect the valley. That was a big deal, and you're a hay producer, and just the reputation, just the reputation of this is a clean valley, high elevation, sweet grass. A lot of uniqueness in this environment. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, it's what an epic problem. I mean, yeah, we did kind of fend the wolves, or kill the wolves off right here in our little part of the woods. But boy, I mean, this is an epic problem, man.
It really is, and I guess it's just naturally come forefront for us. So we had to deal with the issue because it was right here in our backyard. So,
well, and. Said it once, said it twice. I said it like 40 or 50 times, and I'm going to say it again, folks. Give it 5 to 10 years, and everybody will know about Forever Chemicals. You'll be wondering how we are in such a bind because they've been dumping this sludge all over all our farmland. And, I mean, it's...
So I heard it on NPR today.
Did you?
Yeah. So it's getting mainstream. Yeah, it's coming a lot faster because it's a... something that people all can agree on. We all eat food.
Well, and the thing,
and we all go poo poo.
The crazy thing is DuPont and 3M told the EPA 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's only taken 20 years. So that's why I'm saying give it another 10.
So and you may very well be right, but when you start hearing it on NPR and it's issues that are in the Congress and the Senate.
What are they going to do about it? That's the big thing.
So we the people, it's not, and here again, that's where I wanted to go with this. I thought that education and minimizing it here, if we act locally and try to be stewards of elbow to elbow community and where we're at, and be an example. So there's a lot of good things we could do.
Well, and so let's break right into this. I mean, so part of it is it's the deception, and it's the lying, right? So this folks is Friday, March 14th, 2025, from the Sangre de Cristo Sentinel. Sludge be gone. Round Mountain Water Sludge Disposal Plan fertilizes hayfields.
Thanks, George.
What's up, Georgie?
We appreciate you guys at Sentinel. You do a heck of a job. The voice of the people there again. You're publishing a lot of good stuff. So.
I'm scared of the angry white boys. Can I come out now?
But so the problem is,
and you too, Jordan. Jordan had Big Brother wet. So.
Kudos, Jordy. I looked for. I wanted to. The old man had one of your copies of your paper, and I had some stuff outlined in that I wanted to. We got a bunch of lies here, folks, and I'm so irritated. I'm trying to I'm trying to bring this to the forefront without being irritated, which is extremely hard.
Yeah, but you're doing good. I mean, that article you wrote, I mean, you got your thoughts down.
So I wanted to write another one. I just don't have time to just, I mean, I might have had time, but I mean, I got other things that I'm doing and
I'm going to tell you, I barely got here. You said 30 seconds, Jimmy. And I barely got here. So, yeah.
But to back to what you were talking about, how here we are elbow to elbow trying to take care of this stuff, and what we're fighting are these lies. And
I absolutely.
This is what I'm talking about. This is March 14th, Friday, March 14th, 2025. And so this is the first time that they were talking about it.
This is the original interview.
This is the original interview where this is the one with George, and then Fred has the one about the Round Mountain progress. But so in George's interview here, it says, okay, talking about Joseph Knopp, who owns a large tract of pasture in the valley to dispose of the sludge on his land. It is considered outstanding fertilizer. Okay, we debunked that. So this is George's interview with Dave Snyder.
Head Around Mountain.
Director. So, I mean, I'm trying not to call anybody a liar here. It's just, there's so many freaking lies here that I'm just...
The audience sees it clear.
There's so many lies here, folks, that I just can't hardly stand it. Okay? And so we have to give George the benefit of the doubt because, I mean, he's the interviewee, or the interviewer, excuse me. It's his paper. So he's doing the best he can to make sure that the information is correct.
And I talked to him. He knew nothing about the PFAS and all this stuff. He just went over there. They said it's time to go interview him. So it was just one of them things.
So considered outstanding fertilizer. Okay. So normally it is, right? I mean, normally the biosludge has 5% dry weight nitrogen. Right, ours only has 1/3 of 1% because the bugs did its job. It's eating up
It's taking the value out of the nitrogen. There's no nitrogen value.
That's what a really good
fertilizer composes.
Well, that's what a real good lagoon and treatment system does. Is it takes all that stuff and destroys it down to nothing. There's nothing left
Naturally.
That's what a good lagoon does in the bugs. So the bugs have eaten it. So all that's left is all this inorganic, not chemicals, but inorganic compounds. Okay, so the land Mr. Knopp would be applying the sludge to is a section of a larger lot that Mr. Knopp hays that lot. Okay, it just says up here that it's pasture land, but then it says about how often he hays it. Right, and
liar, liar, pants on fire.
Pants on fire. I mean, we're blowing your skirt up. We got 100 psi right up your leg, just blowing your skirt up over your head. Right. So Denali has approached Custer County Planning and Zoning with details of the plan to apply the dry sludge. Number one, the shit ain't dry. It's a slurry. It's never been dry. I mean, there's
lie.
And I ain't even getting to the juice.
Oh, I know. I'm telling you.
For the local hay field in the valley, Denali has had the sludge tested for everything that Colorado and the feds require, including PFAS chemicals. This has been done at least 4 times in recent months, and according to Dave, the sludge has passed all the tests easily. Yo, Snyder, you're so full of shit. You stink. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Here again.
You lying. You lie!
Here again. That's the...
All y'all Round Mountain suck! You are so full of shit!
So
you need big slapped!
So here again is a very good...
I'm pissed!
Perfect interview, Stephen. And we also...
I am pissed beyond belief!
So here again...
Give me that back. God, I'm fucking so hot I can barely stand it! How can you lie to us like that?
Well, that's what...
It's been tested 4 times! Man, I am so irritated at getting lied to. I can barely stand it.
If I hadn't been involved in the commissioner bullshit the last 7 years, being lied to and no transparency, I would be in the same. And I do. I share your anger.
You little prick-ass, lying little sons of bitches can't even come up with one single test at Lang Hall, but you say you got 4 tests in the paper trying to blow everybody. Blow, blow, blow. Man, I'm so pissed. Talking to you too, Charles Bogle. You're the lead. You're the head of Round Mountain. And you're going to put up with this shit?
They don't care.
Man, you need bitch slapped!
And for them to give money to these criminals and
I'm pissed!
the lies.
And we're just getting to the money part. You suckers lie!
Yeah.
I don't care who's pissed at me because I'm pissed. I know everybody's offended and I really don't care. I'm so upset that my people, my elected officials, just lie and lie and lie.
Yep. Constant.
God dang it, boy.
Well, that's why we're having a podcast.
Jesus.
Yep. If we can't get these people to be accountable and to manage themselves a hell of a lot more upright than this.
So then it goes on to say it's good fertilizer. Dirty, rotten, lying sons of bitches, man. And this is the rest of the part that really pisses me off. So this is
the icing on the cake.
Okay, so I went Friday to the meeting. Boy, my blood pressure, my head's pounding right now. God damn.
Was it Thursday meeting or was it Friday?
It was Thursday.
It was a Thursday
because they had their meeting Friday.
Right. So was it Thursday at 5 or something at Lang Hall?
No, well, I'm talking about after the fact.
Oh, the Friday after the Thursday.
The Friday after the fact. So this is another reason why I'm so freaking mad, boy.
I didn't go because I already knew what was going down.
You lying, sorry, rotten, worthless sons of bitches, boy. Every one of you, Round Mountain. Oh!
Try to sneaky snake us.
Man, you think we're just a punk? Just punk us to death, boy. Woo!
It's coming to an end.
Coming right here, so it says. So first of all, they say, okay, it's $300,000. Right here it says, Round Mountain is paying Denali $300,000 to dispose of the sludge on Mr. Knopf's ranch. The cost is very low due to the short distance for the dispersal site. We'll come to find out after the laundries all come out and drying. Well, it was only $240,000. This is all on the transaction at the BOCC. But then you proceed to tell us, first of all, you lied to us and says it's $300,000 when you knew all along it was $240,000. And
see, that's
just a bunch of liars, man. I mean, you have no credibility with me at all. None. Man, I am so upset I can barely even breathe. I mean, what do you want me to do? Just swallow it? You expect me to take this bullshit?
Here we go some more, right? Dave said if they can't use Mr. Knopf's ranch, the sludge has to go out of county and would skyrocket to $1.5 to $2 million.
Well, let me tell you what, Dave, with your lying sorry ass. Right, you punked us to the bitter end like a bunch of little bitches. And I'm pissed, boy. So after the fact of the matter is it was $240,000, then you go back to the county and beg them for another. Then they say, okay, Denali comes back and says, we'll haul it out of here. After we shut your ass down for lying to us, oh, we got 4 tests and it's all good. You lying, worthless sacks of shit, man. I'm calling all y'all out. Y'all are so full of shit. You deserve to be burned at the stake for that shit. Trying to freak us blind.
And kill people.
Kill people!
Killers.
And you know better!
And
for what? For $60,000?
And now they want more money The lying and cheating.
So that you try to tell us it's going to be $2 million to haul the shit out of here, and Denali comes back with it's only $340,000 to haul it out of here. So you told us it was going to be $2 million just so we'd roll over and bitch? Roll over like a bunch of little bitches right in front of you? Right in front of it? Man,
I'm telling you.
I am so irritated I can barely even stand it.
This compares to my anger when Braden Wilson walked out that door with $50,000.
That
was only money. This was people's health.
You're going to tell me that
this is killing people.
Oh, God, it's going to cost us $2 million when you knew it was only $340,000 to haul it out of here? You're going to try to save yourself. You're going to say it was $300,000, but it was really only $240,000. And then you're going to go over here and bum the county out of $40,000 for the other $40,000 for $340,000 to get it out of here. But yet you told us the whole time it was $2 million. And if we can't dump it here, we'll have to shut the town down.
Oh, the whole thing. The sky's falling.
God.
Sound like COVID again. Sound like COVID all over again.
I'm to all my constituents and all the people that listen to this podcast, it's my apologies. But I mean, this has been weighing on me, and I don't know what to say or what to do except for try to call out a liar as a liar. And you have been punking us to the end. And I don't know which one of these commissioners has been involved or who's been involved or whatever's been involved. But y'all, I've had enough of the lying, boy. And here's the other thing. You try to say that this EC treatment will take out the PFAS. I don't think it will. So what are you going to do when it won't work? I hope that it does. I hope that one of the few things that you said is actually the truth, Dave.
But we got no public trust.
There's none.
No trust.
You guys are nothing but a bunch of bold-faced, cold-faced liars.
They breached the public trust to a point where it's obliterated. Anything they say or do at this point is going to be completely scrutinized. That little electronic machine, this is the answer to all of it. We just got to get rid of this one little law.
It's good, right? I know the EC machine is good for
partial breakdown.
For sewage treatment.
Meaning
that it takes care of sewage. Not that it has anything to do with PFAS chemicals.
There you go.
So I mean,
does it
take care of sewage? Yes, it does. Right? It's 40 years proven. Will this machine work on PFAS? Like I said, that'd be your only saving hope, Dave. Round Mountain, Bogle, all the rest. I don't know anybody else, but I know Charles and Dave.
You gentlemen know I know.
I'm so upset, boys. I'm so upset. I mean,
you owe us all of apology. You owe us a huge explanation.
There is no explanation except for your crooks.
Well, I call them even killers.
Well, they are.
Personally, would kill my
but
cows.
They're too stupid to realize that they're killing themselves.
They're ignorant. They got to be possessed with a liberal mentality. Some kind of liberal mentality is what causes folks to think in them terms like that. They're on the wrong side of it.
All over what? All over another $40,000. You said it was going to cost $300,000, and it costs an additional $40,000 to haul it out of here. So $340,000, and you try to tell us it's going to cost $2 million. Now there could be a little. Are you trying to tell me that we run Denali out of town, and that they were so crossways and lied so hard that they gave you a break, and we're going to haul it down the hill for $100,000 when it was supposed to be $1.7 million?
Pretty funny numbers. Pretty funny. The thing should, if you're going to be transparent, and that's one of the things that people are talking. Oh, everybody's so transparent. No, you're not. Not even close to being transparent.
And
hide and seek
I guess
stuff.
my whole thing is I know that I shouldn't get so wrapped up, but it's like nobody seems to give a shit or listen unless, I mean, you just don't care. You think that you can just lie to us to that extent? That sounds like the horse shit that's going on with the Justice Center. Oh, hell, we got to have a $40 million justice center because it's mandated. You know what, Bill?
Another playoffs 90.
Yeah, you don't know your ass from third base, pal.
Bill Biden.
Bill Biden.
Billy Bob Biden. We'll see you tomorrow morning, Bill. You're going to be down there in Wetmore for the BOCC meeting. I thought it was here this morning at Wednesday at All Aboard Westcliffe, but I was mistaken. So, it's Thursday down there in Wetmore. Got to drive me 30 miles down there and 30 miles back. Actually 50, but whatever. Yeah. And it's going to have to be brought out. I want it on the minutes of the meeting. This whole thing has got to get on.
So my other thing, too, that I wanted to ask Bill over there, but, I mean, that was all about money, and they were asking the town to come up with a little bit of money, which I didn't think was too bad a thing. But
I think it's criminal.
What really makes me mad here, I mean, it's the town's business, right? Not the
It's
county's.
Round Mountain.
It's the town.
Okay.
It's the town's problem. With no sewage, there is no town. So, I mean, they're kind of in the same boat. If the son of a bitch is sinking and Round Mountain goes down, so does the town. But the problem is, folks, how can Bill Kanda, and I tried to look for the article and I didn't find it, but I know I can because I know it's in there because I didn't make it up. But when he says that Grave Creek is already contaminated with PFAS chemicals, how in the hell can you make a claim like that? You guys don't even have a single damn test to even say that the sludge is polluted or that it isn't.
He's the great and wonderful Bill Kanda.
I mean,
If I say something, you just automatically believe me. I'm the great.
What? That's what, like Pinocchio, right? I mean, that's what we all learned when we were young, right? When you lie, your nose grows.
Yeah, he couldn't even turn around in a building. In a big building.
Now I feel half sheepish and sort of embarrassed because I just lost my cool. But that's how I really feel, folks. I'm so disgusted that we just get lied to on every turn. Every turn. There was 4 tests and they were all good. You lying pieces of fucking dirt.
Well,
there wasn't one single credible test. The only test that showed up, Denali says, well, you didn't take it right. But you're saying in the paper there was 4 tests and it was all good.
And that's the first
like,
thing.
who are you pumping, man?
That's the first thing I told Matt.
All over $100,000?
First thing I told Matt when I read this in the newspaper, I said, boy, it almost sounds as if, George kind of embraced it and kind of gave it, this thing's okay, be okay. Because George was just listening to what he was saying.
And we tongue lashed the hell out of him. I mean, Fred got a tongue lashing too. And here
Fred,
we are
I talked to Fred a little bit.
killing the messenger, right?
Yeah.
And these guys are just doing their job, right? They're taking an unbiased or a neutral interview and reporting what they were told.
Absolutely. They weren't biased about it at all. They just said, look,
This is what we were told.
Tell us what's going on.
So here, let's.
And that's what they did.
Kill the messenger! Kill the messenger!
So at the end of the day, trying to stay lighthearted in a very, very troubling situation, and we did. I'm hoping things go well. You know what I'm saying. I hope they do what they say they're going to do, and it's all going to work out. To me, the misleading and the underhandedness, not proper testing, this thing should have came out and said, here's the test on the land that we're applying it. If you're going to be transparent, open, and honest, here's the test on the land that we're applying it. This is what the land can use. And then they left out, there's no water on the land.
Well, no.
And then they're going to grow winter wheat. I mean, the bullshit just stacks up. I mean, it keeps stacking up. And a lot of people don't know anything about that. They're pavement people. They don't have a clue on what you're even saying. But you get a couple farm boys together, and we go, wait a minute.
To me,
now.
the real sinister part is when you try to leverage us and say, it's going to cost $2 million to haul this sludge, and if you don't do it, you're going to condemn the whole town.
Damn near extortion.
It total. Complete and
the
total.
word extortion applies to that situation, and I'm no lawyer, but I'm going to just tell you that looked to me like that was extreme extortion. And there needs to be accountability to this.
Yeah,
We're going to have to hold you folks accountable one way or the other. The accountability is going to have to take place here just for the children, because maniacs like you people.
So here and here I mean, I was gonna wait till they kind of, we're trying to eat this thing one elephant at a time, but I got the Tasmanian devil back here. He's gonna eat that whole elephant in about 2.3 seconds, right? These PFAS chemicals, it's highly, highly unlikely that you can get these PFAS chemicals ready to go into Grape Creek. And so just so you all know, folks, Round Mountain, their only solution is to dump this effluent water back into Grape Creek. If they can get it clean enough, I mean, obviously Dave has went through, he knows what it's going to take with all this stuff, and he says that it can do that. I mean, I don't doubt that it can do the other things, the heavy metals,
The bacterial and stuff.
the heavy metals,
Yeah,
and
right.
that kind of stuff, right? I mean, because that's well-known science, right? And they have to comply. The problem is the PFAS chemicals. These PFAS chemicals you're talking about, I mean, it's a chance. It's a really slim chance that it'll work. I know Dave has ultimate. I mean, right now, Dave, you have no credibility whatsoever. And I mean, the other night was the first time I met you, and I thought you seemed to be a pretty decent guy or whatever. But after this, man, I'm calling the bullshit flag, man. You're full of shit. At least on this part. I mean, did you get the okay from the Round Mountain Board to say this? Charles Bogle, you're okay with that shit?
I've got, so it stirs suspicion in me. I'm already suspicious about the government. I'm 62 years old and I've seen a lot of weird crap. And I trust the government like 0.00, never, ever, ever. Wicked people actually get in positions of that position in order to extort and to pervert and to capitalize and to promote themselves.
Let's get back to
They're not public servants.
Back to the nuts and bolts of this whole mechanism of what's going on here, because I have a lot at stake, right? I don't want to, I mean, this is a pretty nice piece of property that I have here, and I actually have 2 sewer taps and 2 water taps, and
You won't in the morning. They'll be shut down.
well,
Just kidding, Stephen.
I mean, we already went through the fact that you can't get a leach field because it won't perk, right? We're on this huge bed of volcanic ash that will not percolate. And so your only chance is to dump it in Grape Creek. But see, the thing is you guys are really under a time crunch. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm hoping to God that you have this wild technology, this technology that can actually take care of PFAS chemicals, because we're talking about 10s and 20s of generations of kids that are going to have to deal with this stuff. And so if there is a solution, and we're going to get Paul Vogelsong on too, because he might have some, he's been working with the guys.
I talked to him for a little bit today on some of that stuff. Yep. And there again, I said, I'm just going to call the bullshit flag on some of that. Possibilities. I'm not going to limit it. But
either they can do it or they can't, and the proof's in the pudding. So when you test this water going off into Grape Creek,
and somebody needs to drink it.
Yeah, either it'll be clean or it won't. And so you're talking about polluting. I mean, I'm not saying we're the only ones, because I have no idea what Salida and Leadville and all these little towns and all this stuff up and down the Arkansas River. I mean, most of them probably have leach fields, so they don't have to put it back into the river. But we don't. So we're in a serious bind here. I mean, a real serious bind, folks. And I was hoping for the best, but after you lied to us this hard, right? I don't have no choice but to expose where you're at, right? So this whole pilot program, there's a pretty good chance that this thing won't take these PFAS chemicals out. I mean, I know, Dave, you say up and down they will, but like I said, you have no credibility. buddy. You have no credibility left. So after this pilot program goes into action and these PFAS chemicals are coming out the end, and the EPA gets involved and they crank down on the state, and it might take a few years or whatever. Like I said, 5 to 10 years, man, everybody in this whole world will know. And by then, how many PFAS chemicals would you have already dumped in Grape Creek?
We're not going to allow that. I won't.
So, I mean, this is a huge problem, folks. I mean, anybody that understands what I'm talking about here realizes the severity of the situation we're in. It's not like we have a leach field where we can try to put this stuff in the ground.
Yeah, well, it's a very, very serious issue, east to west, north to south. How many lawsuits did you say the EPA was up again now?
Well, they already settled.
Oh, that was the first group.
They
right.
settled,
Yeah,
already have settled 6,400 lawsuits.
What was the price on that?
$11 billion.
$11 billion.
And they ain't really even giving these folks that much money. I mean, most of it, what I've seen, if you can prove that you got poisoned by the PFAS chemicals and you have these major medical issues, you can get a few $100,000, right?
So the ground contamination alone, when you have a ranch or farm that's been in your family for many years.
What all the stuff I'm seeing, mostly they're not giving you, they ain't really giving no compensation for that. They're just talking about people that can show injury from the chemical itself.
Personal injury.
Most of
through their body.
Yeah, and most of it's happening all around these military bases or whatever, where they spread that AFFF active.
Oh, the fire.
Yeah, forming foam. Whatever they.
The fire suppression foams.
Yeah. And so I'm like, are you guys spreading that foam right out here at our little test facility out here that's right next to my property?
So this thing is just really the beginning on personal responsibility of the people that are in charge of the wastewater. It's going to lie right on them. And for them to not have red flagged this as a personal, this is a 4-alarm fire, if you ask me. 5-alarm, whatever you want to call it.
I'm still just like...
And to lie after lie after lie.
It's only $40,000 more than what you said the original cost was to dump it out here, which was $300,000. But come to find out, you lied to us in the first place. It was only $240,000. And so they said, okay, another $100,000 to haul it out of here. So now it's $340,000. And oh God, we can't foot another $40,000, so we got to go beg from the county. But yet you tried to tell us, you tried to leverage us, you tried to extort us, and told us it's going to be $2 million to haul this sludge out of here. I mean,
we're going to shut the towns down on you. You won't have no medical. It
hurts my feelings to know that somebody in a position of authority would lie to me to that extent. I mean, and that's honestly the way I feel about the Justice Center. And that's a whole nother can of worms. We're fixing to...
In the finance department. I mean, there's some situation. There's stuff up here. We've had enough. I could be as angry as Steve and display that too.
The thing
but
is,
I've already done that.
The finance stuff, we don't have any proof. I mean,
but it doesn't kill you.
We have suspicion, but we have the proof of where you lied here, right? I mean, it's outlined, it's highlighted. Like I said, this is Friday, March 14th, 2025.
And thanks, George. Thank you again, you and Fred for...
And Jordan
and Jordan Hedberg.
Yeah, because like I said, I had a bunch of stuff outlined on that one too, but my sister was up and through the midst and the height when I went to find that, and that was my bad because I set it down and I should have stuck it in my truck, and I slipped on that, and so now I can't find that paper but same for you, Jordan. I mean, they lied to you too, buddy. And I mean, they lied to all of us, folks. And so, I mean, like I said, it hurts my feelings, and not to mention our consumer confidence, right? Our public trust. There is none anymore, right? So, like, when we were going to be trying to ride with you and hope to God that these PFAS chemicals go. Now what we're going to do is just keep writing these letters telling the state, boy, you better test it, and we want the test, boy. Not none of this he said, she said. It's in my email, Luke Bond.
Oh, I forgot it on my desk. I forgot to bring it.
Well, but we don't have the results back yet, but we know it's 3 parts per billion. Oh, yeah, how you know that, pal? Because it's in my email. Man, get the frick out of here, you lying sacks of shit.
So here again, there should have...
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me.
Well, they were trying to save money, and then they were doing a Playhouse 90 here for extortion. And it's to the point where this kind of behavior's got to get called out. We've got to start calling them out.
So three sewer taps. The 3 new houses that you built right up here behind the swimming pool would have paid to truck it out of here, right? Oh no, we got to have that. That's our retirement. Our blah 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 blah. Whatever. I mean, I don't care, folks. I don't care what your excuse is, Round Mountain, except for you lied and we got you with your pants down.
Yeah, and some of the stuff that too, talking to people, I'm out working and visiting and doing some stuff and getting orders in and playing plumber, carpenter, la-di-da-di-da, farm kid. Some of the boards, I mean, people, you're going to have to get involved. If you don't, it's going to be your own fault, period. End of story. So the school board is an important thing. That's where the kingdom of the United States is built, is in the kids. A lot of home people, mom and dad, have a lot to do with that, but that Common Core and that pollution where the state was everything, and then they got some perverted thing where, if Johnny thinks he's, Janie, he's going to he can come with us. If you can't understand him, parents, we understand him. You need to get on the board, folks. I mean, just on the school board to be handy. Because the fight is every day. It's continuous. It doesn't go away. It's something that has to be fought all the time. So Round Mountain is another board that if you're in the towns, if you got some skin in the game, you maybe ought to volunteer for the board. I don't know if those people get paid. I don't know what the structure is. I don't know what the requirement is. Doesn't seem like you got to be too smart. You just got to be able to get along, go along, and just follow along. Don't ask pertinent questions. Don't. So here again,
we're in the position. We're in the position of power. You just listen to us.
Well, and we've said that. We just keep saying the government for the government, supported by the people. So the hospital board is another board. That's another board that people need to be active on. You got to be active right here, right now. The rest of the world, they're going to have to fix their stuff. We are responsible for here. The planning commission and the zoning stuff. There's a lot of things, the town boards. There's a lot of stuff that people can be involved in. And hopefully this brings to light what we're combating.
What I hope that somebody actually even gives a shit, because that's what I've said before, and I'm pretty sure that that's the case, is most people don't even give a shit, right? You don't care.
Yeah, when I go to these BOCC meetings, the Board of County Custer meetings, the commissioners meeting, there's 1 or 2 people there. James Gilbert is always there, and whatever he's doing there, whatever. He's funny. He's cheap entertainment at the very least. But there's nobody there. There's nobody saying what's going on. They're doing our business. We entrusted them. But that trust has been breached to the point now we can't trust anything that they're doing. I don't know who they serve. I really question on who are they loyal to? Is their loyalty to us?
They're loyal
or
to
who
themselves.
Are they serving?
So here's part of the thing, right? And we know this is the case, and we're just going to talk about you, Bill Biden, right? You, sir, Mr. Fullbird Colonel, think that we're all just a bunch of E1s, and you don't think that we have any right to know what you're doing. But that ain't the way that works, because this ain't the military. You're a public servant.
I mean, all the material that he had at his personal office.
And still has.
And still has. You know, he did email me some of the stuff, and the one emails, I think this is all I have, Jimmy. I think this is it. Well, why, when I called Kelly Camper and I said, Kelly, I want to get all the information on the $20,000 or $40,000 Justice Center development from the start to finish. And I said, if it costs me some money, I'll pay it, whatever it is. She said, I already gave it to you. I said, no. I'm laughing. No, you didn't.
Only thing that you gave us was a contract that's a lease, but yeah, we're paying interest and we can't do anything. So whoever negotiated that lease, I mean, that's a whole nother fish that we're going to...
So there again, that's a whole nother stack of suspicious activity. Just this is just bringing it to light. And I'm hoping you people can understand how serious your life revolves around politics and the day-to-day decisions that are being made on your behalf. These people need to be held accountable. These guys, this was killing here. This wasn't just money. That was killing there. That was personally, to me, was killing people. Intentionally killing people. That's what really irritates me. And I got pretty good, strong discipline, and it's got to the point where I could go 10 times angry as what Steve's shown, because it's that bad. But we have it going on at the school. We've got it. The Round Mountain thing is completely stagnant. But we also have it going on in the two towns. All of this weird liberal kind of craziness is going on. And it's we, the people, have got to get involved. And if you don't, the 1% of us that are involved, don't look at us bad. Don't look at us being the bad guy. When this thing gets to the point where there's only one thing to do, there's only one thing left to do, don't look at we're bad, because it ain't bad. It's you didn't stand up and do your job, period. You didn't do your job. You didn't get involved. You didn't personally get involved.
You don't care.
And if you don't care, you're going to get what you, if you don't mend it, if you don't stay on these people.
And that's the thing, too.
We trust them, and you better quit trusting them.
All you got to do is give them a half a second, and then they're off in the ditch again.
It's a constant maintenance thing, and it's we, the people, that failed at our duty as a republic, constitutional republic. It's we, the people, are govern ourselves, but when we elect people to do our business, and it's not their own LLC. See, they treat it like it's their own personal business. Oh, this is my check. Look at my name's on there. My mommy had a stamp, and now I got one too. I mean, how bizarre is that? My mommy had a... Oh, here we go. Kevin, my mommy had a stamp, and now I've got one. I got one now. Look at my name on that check. I mean, what kind of mentality is behind that? And then, Grape Creek's already poisoned, Jim. And these other people Candace will be here generation after generation, and these other people all be gone. They'll all be gone. Well, Bill, what kind of heart did that come from? What kind of heart and mind possesses that kind of conversation? Why would you even dream of some kind of response to me? I'm going, hey, that stuff's poisonous, Bill. 20 million acres has already been contaminated. EPA thought it was good to do. There's millions of dollars in lawsuits.
And where are you coming from to say that there's already PFAS chemicals in the creek when there's no tests of any kind?
Bill Biden. So you guys got a lot of answering to, and I'm hoping for apologies.
I know better than that. Y'all are too spineless to apologize.
Yeah, well, they're too high and mighty. They don't govern us with humility and honor and dignity. They govern us with, like you say, we got your money. We're going to do what we want. Who are they serving?
They're serving
Who was
themselves.
behind that Justice Center? Who was behind this dog and pony show? Who really orchestrated all that? To get to the bottom of that.
Well, then that's why I'm calling out Charles Bogle. You're the head.
Is he the chairperson of the
Yeah.
round?
Yeah, and Dave said that he's governed by the board. So I mean, all the Round Mountain got They're all a bunch of liars.
And I know who they are. They know who. You guys know I know you. And that's the deal. Man to man. Killers. Murderers.
But don't care. You don't care. All over a little bit of money. All over $100,000.
Because you're ignorant.
And you lied to us first of all about 60,000 off. Oh, it's $300,000 and it was only ever 240.
Unbelievable.
And you can't choke up another 40 more.
I don't even think they ever. The whole plot, and like Matt said, he said it's a non-starter, Jimmy. This shouldn't even started. We never should have spent 3 weeks of our life combating these Nimrods. This was a non-starter. You can't go contaminate the headwaters of the United States.
Billy Biden's trying to keep it under
Hush,
wraps.
hush.
He tries to say, well, I didn't cover it up. Well, we know you did, Bill, because Dorothy Carson she didn't find out through you. And then you try to tell everybody, there's a few witnesses that'll go to the stand that says that she had no right to divulge this information. Oh, really?
Billy
Biden?
You might ought to think about resigning, which you ought to start thinking about. You may have to start looking and getting a lawyer, because this ain't even half part of the way over. There's going to be accountability here. You guys are going to be accountable whether you like it or not. Oh, we've got to do a bunch of research and we need to look into this. And oh, Jimmy, if you just listen to Dave at Round Mountain, Jimmy, this is Billy Biden telling me, it's all perfect. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing. It's all good. Was there a soil sample done?
But yet you're trying to tell us that it's all said good. But yet you're Billy Biden going to say about how the PFAS is already in Grape Creek.
Suspicious behavior. Almost looks as if somebody might have been compensating somebody somewhere along the line to kind of push this thing through at the last minute. And then that was what Bill kept saying. They're going to shut the towns down. We can't shut the town. I was like, you know what? Really, you could. I could probably do without the town. I'm probably going to be okay. It's a big impact. Don't get me wrong. We're going to be all right, though. People lived up here a long time without all this. We're going to be okay. It would be a massive amount of financial destruction. And
you're going to get sued into oblivion.
Absolutely.
It won't be okay because you will get sued so hard that there will be nothing left.
Absolutely.
Ever.
That's what I told Buck Wenzel, the mayor of Silvercliff. I said, Buck, I want you to think in these terms when these lawyers come up here and they start possessing this thing. I said every 4 houses is about $1 million. So count your houses, how many houses you got here. About every 4 houses is $1 million at $250 a shot. I said start doing the math here, buddy. You got problems. And you act like it was nothing to do with you. Oh, nothing to do with me. Buck, you and I have had some pretty good conversations. But here again, until you do a line in the sand and you stand up and you actually intercede on the behalf of the taxpayers that you're representing, you're a loser. And Paul Winkie, oh, I just trusted him. Really? That's not your job to trust. Your job is to protect and intercede on the behalf of the people paying you. Loser. You guys are incompetent. You have no idea how to protect people and to be a trustee. You have not an idea. You're clueless. It's the most insulting time to be alive to watch grown men act like you guys do. And then, oh, we're inspecting houses and that's fine and dandy. Oh, and the county's got to have full-blown inspections. And I'm like, you guys, you didn't even take care of the very basics here. You didn't look at Round Mountain. We got a problem, and I'm the mayor of this establishment here. I have a personal responsibility to represent these people that are working. They're working, paying taxes.
Well, and that's one thing that I will give Dave a little bit of credit for in Round Mountain because, I mean, the town they're like, well, we're your customers, so provide your service and we don't care, right? And that's not a good working relationship.
This whole thing needs to be investigated. Why wasn't this looked at? What was going on here? How can we be this incompetent? How can we be this?
Why the hell did you have to lie to us? Oh my God, it's going to be $2 million.
Unbelievable. Is Mike calling you?
No, he's on the...
Oh, he's right there. Good. So anyways, at the end of the day, people, you're going to have to start getting involved in your community, okay? You may think you're inadequate, but you're probably the most qualified person just to sit there and listen. You probably have just a good, natural, loving spirit about you. And that's what this takes. You don't have to be anything out of the ordinary.
All you got to do is care.
You got to just say, wait a minute. Well,
do you care about you, your life, your kids, their kids, and their kids? That's what this is all about. It's about caring about your reality.
Yeah, and knowing that you have influence over it on being on a board.
If you pay attention.
So there's minutes that are kept of these meetings, of the discussions on how it happened. And those are the things I'm going after. If I had enough time to do the investigation, and I might, things may be changing where I may have some lateral movement. We might be in good shape here in a minute. But you got to ask yourself, and this is what some of these, talking to some people around, they go, well, Jimmy, it's kind of easy. What would Jesus do? I was like, there you go. What would somebody that was loving and kind, and the money wasn't the big deal, but what would you do just as a golden rule? Do unto others as you'd have people do unto you. How hard is that, folks? So when you're on that board, when you join, it's nothing you got to be, there's nothing extravagant about it. Nothing. It's very simple. And it needs to be treated with, how would you want somebody to treat you? What would you want someone to do on your behalf? That's how simple it is. There's nothing mysterious about it. But most people think, oh, the government, I don't want anything to do with that. You are the government, whether you like it or not. It's we the people. It's not we the government. So I'm pleading with people. Please get engaged now. You have to. There's a window of opportunity to bring light to this valley and strong leadership. We have got to have strong leadership. I know everybody's busy living their life. 30 seconds before you went on air. I got here 30 seconds before and I'm running and driving and going.
I stopped what I was doing to come so I can take care of this because it's important to me, folks.
Yep. So there's
I went up and stood up against Denali that's owned by BlackRock, one of the largest financial entities in the whole world.
Yeah, might as well be the largest.
Because they're over here lying to us and expecting us to swallow the crap. And nobody else is smart enough to figure out that they didn't even have the test. I mean, there's a lot of good questions there, folks, but nobody else was talking about the test. And without that, you can't prove that they don't know what they're talking about.
The only proof that I had, and where I was very adamant, was the EPA's already allowed this to happen to 2,000 acres? No. 20,000 acres?
The count says 70 million.
No, wait a minute. Not 2 million acres. No. Not 20 million acres. 70 million acres. They quit testing it because it was going to stop the food supply. It was going to shut the food supply down.
And they still are just keep doing it. And so here this is where the
that's the crazy times you're living in, folks.
This is the lunacy, folks. A quarter of all of this sludge is sold at Lowe's and Home Depot as
fertilizer for your garden.
Yeah. So you're putting these PFAS chemicals
right into your food.
Right into your right out there where your kids are going to go out there and eat a handful of dirt in the flower beds.
And the EPA says it's all right.
Well, the EPA the EPA is saying that because they just haven't gotten sued enough to the point where they can't do it anymore, right? I mean, that's why 6,400 cases have already been settled. They've known about it for 20 years, folks. They've been making this stuff since the 40s.
Yeah.
And they've 3M and DuPont went to the EPA 20 years ago and said, man, we got a huge problem. Oh, well, it'll be fine. We're all about eugenics anyhow, so let's just keep killing them.
Well, and that's the sinister time we're living in, folks.
And that's the thing. If you don't understand that, right? I mean, I know it's kind of hard to believe, right?
Well, it's bizarre.
When you take a step back and say, do I really think that other people are trying to kill me off? Look at the chemtrail. Look at the fluoride in the water. Look at the PFAS chemicals. Look at the
Vaccines.
Look at the vaccines. Look at the stuff in the food supplies. All of this stuff. I mean, RFK's trying to do a little bit, but he ain't getting nothing done hardly either. He's one guy trying to fight the machine of all machines, the globalist network in the whole world, right? So I mean,
so it's time for the kings to rise, the people to rise up.
That's the thing, folks, is that we can't be saved, right? I mean, that's what the flyover conservative David and Stacey White did. They say everybody expects Trump to save them. What they need is 80 million people trying to save themselves.
Yeah.
Right? We need to be taking care of ourselves, and that means paying attention to your surroundings. And that means calling the bluff, Round Mountain.
No, I think these people need to look at it. I think there could be criminal charges.
There should be.
Because that is about as bad as you're going to get.
The problem is, like I said, I know that you think that they're coming up with it, but like I told you, man, it's going to take 5 to 10 years before this thing gets teeth. Where people actually will go to jail for doing this kind of behavior.
So I will have a little bit more research on where it's at in Congress and the Senate and on the president's desk. This is getting mainstay. This is coming. It's really going to blow up. Just saying. It's going to take a minute, but yeah, they just wanted to keep everything hush hush.
Well, of course, they wanted to get it all squared away before. I mean, the comment section for the EPA just got over mid-March, so their comment section is just kind of started or just ended, right? So I mean, they're in the decision-making process now of what should actually be done and
making the policies.
Hopefully, I mean, I heard yesterday who the EPA guy was. Speaking of all of that, let's kind of shift gears here. Let's talk about something good. Let's talk about Trump. Did you see last night what he did for coal? The executive order he signed last night with coal.
Let her rip, boys.
We got more coal than anybody else in the whole world, and a lot of it is the good, clean coal. And what he's talking about, folks, is going to double electricity. We're going to double our electrical output. That means manufacturing, artificial intelligence, all of this stuff that requires a lot of electricity. We're going to be able to provide that for ourselves. It's a great thing. And the tariffs, I mean, so everybody's scared to death. Oh, God, you watch CNN, the Communist Chinese Network, whatever Communist News Network or the Chinese News Network or whatever, right? I mean, all they can say is, "Oh my God, it's the end of the world." Trump said last night, already making $2 billion a day off tariffs.
There you go. So here again, he's going to stand his ground, and he's going to let the chaos people, the sky's falling all the time.
Well, then all that,
let them do their little dance.
All that is the damn. That's all. All that is the mainstream media, right? Them are the people that are. Them are the ones that have been saying the whole time that nothing's good, nothing's good. The stock markets have been as high as it ever been. I mean, did you see how much it rebounded today? Most it's ever run, 60-some thousand points S&P. That son of a bitch went,
and that's what I said. All this is going to get out of the system. The good news is going to start coming back in. It dropped, and it's emotional roller coaster.
So I was listening to a thing, and they say the reason why they dropped that was. The reason why they dropped the stock market is because they wanted to take the money out of the stocks and put it into treasuries where that money won't make any money, but it'll be secure. And what that will do is lower the interest rate, and then they'll be able to refinance trillions and trillions of dollars. So they basically took that money from the rich and gave it back to the middle class by refinancing all of this debt.
So every bit of what the Trumpster did in this chess game of life and the government and manipulating and trying to get things to go the way he needs them, I have pretty good confidence and that kind of decision making. He's playing this thing and he understands, ooh, it's pretty risky. But I was watching some of these people, oh, we've lost $7 trillion. Well, we made it back today. It's like,
Well, they didn't make it all back, but
no, but you know what I'm saying.
What that done was cause them to refinance.
It made them
the
shelter
debt.
their money into the bonds, right?
Treasuries, yeah.
Yeah, made them go back and be ultra conservative and don't lose it. Get it out of there. And hold in a holding pattern, in a fear pattern, instead of having good faith in the president.
The fear and greed index the other day was at 4.
What's the scale? 10?
It's 0 to 100.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean that son of a bitch was as far over as you can get. I mean, people are scared to death, right?
okay. So there again,
As they should be, right? I mean, this whole illusion of what we've been living on, right? I mean,
it's an illusion.
it is.
It's fake. And it's all going to come to a head. Thing is, you got to go through some hardness. To correct something, you're going to have to endure some hardness.
Yeah, what we need is, I mean, let's 125%. So what caused the big rebound with the stock market is everybody but China got a 90-day leeway on the tariffs. They slapped China with 125%.
Starting now. Probably cinch up, boys. China needs us 10 times more than we need them.
And that's what everybody needs. America.
We're the consumers.
We're the consumer. We have the largest markets in the whole world. The consumer market, right? We've been taught since we were born to consume. Nobody else is taught that. Everybody else is taught to consume.
Minimalist. They're minimalist. The most
to.
minimal thing they can do to get by. We're pretty much abundant.
Well, and that, I'm not saying we're entitled, but I like my life and I like having what I want, and I'm not extravagant and I'm not lavish by any means, but I like to eat what I want to eat and I like to do what I want to do. Do I wish that I had more? Of course, everybody does, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing with what we have. Do I have a good life? I do. Right? I'm able to do what I want to do, able to eat what I want to eat. I drink what I want to drink. I have clean water. I don't drink town water, by the way. Even though I live in town, I haul my water from the ranch. When I go to lunch with the old man, I drink like that much just so I don't choke out of my cup. I'm going to start thinking about taking my water bottle. They say no outside food or drink. Well, it's back to we come to lunch every day, so are you willing to...
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like
you want to lose $200 a week?
Yeah, you want my business or not?
Yeah. Yeah. So it does come down to that. And here again, this situation, I've known about it ever since I've been up here. And I watched him. I was like, goodness gracious. This is a pretty important thing. Knowing what I know now, I should have helped influence the future of this thing, and this wouldn't happen. And so I feel guilty too because
I'm extremely worried, folks. I really am, that they can't get this PFAS out of this water, and then so what are we going to do? We don't have a leach field. We can't really do the evaporation ponds because of our climate. I mean, we really don't have much of a choice but to try to get this water clean enough to dump it into Great Creek. And the whole thing, that $14 million water treatment system that they tried to make them try to give them the okay and get them to do it, that they couldn't afford, that didn't do anything for the PFAS chemicals. So we literally, if we would have done that, we would have been dumping PFAS chemicals in the headwaters of all of the drinking water. I mean, that 60-inch pipeline that goes to the Front Range out of Pueblo Reservoir, there's a lot of people drinking this water, folks.
So at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. This was a class action. This thing is... They really should have been thinking about what the unintended consequences were.
All over 100,000.
And here again...
And you lied to us in the first place and said it was 300, but it was never 300. It was 240.
And then, oh my God, if we got hauled out of here,
It's $2 million. It's $2 million. We don't know what we're going to do. Just like the Justice Center. I mean, we're mandated.
we're going to shut the towns down on you boys. What kind of extortion and threat is that?
Well,
What kind of lunacy?
Well, we know that that's a tactic. It's a human tactic to try to leverage someone into doing something that they don't want to do. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, extortion, leverage, it's all the same thing. You're
better not be an elected official.
forcing someone to do something that they don't want to do on their better behalf, and all because most of the time you have ulterior motives.
You better not be a trustee. That's all I'll tell you. You shouldn't have been a trustee with the mind and heart you possess. That's the last place you need to be, is a trustee. Period. One of you should have had enough gumption, had enough salt in you to put the other ones to saying, hey, we can't be doing this.
Are the angry white boys done yet? Is it okay to come out?
Not even close, boys. Angry white boys, that's how this country got founded, and that's how it's going to be kept. So, little alone, I mean, here again, we can get into the weeds real fast. It still comes down to, this was an ugly, ugly thing that we just went through. And I thank God for the group of people that I know.
God, at the end of the day, it wasn't that big a deal. For the contract was for $240. But they tried to lie to us and said it was $3. And all along, they knew that they could get this, literally get the shit hauled out of here for $100,000. But you're going to lie to us and say it's going to cost $2 million just so you can save yourself $100,000. 3 water taps.
That's what I'm saying. This needs a full-blown investigation.
Well, I mean, and I think we investigated it pretty close. I mean,
Oh, no, we have.
And so here I had this conversation with my dad the other day, and I was talking about how, because I go off the rails every once in a while and kind of get upset at him, and I mean, for nothing else, just because, I mean, I don't have anybody else to talk to sometimes, but I'm telling him, damn it, Dad, they're lying to me, buddy. They're lying to me. They're lying and lying and lying. And you know what he said? He said, so what are they going to do about it? What's anybody going to do about it? And I said, fuck, that is the bad part about this. There's no penalty. There's no penalty that you lied to us, Dave Snyder and Round Mountain and Bill Kanda. There's no penalty. Oh, there's PFAS in Great Creek. You're so full of shit, Bill. You stink, pal.
Well, where's the test?
Billy Biden.
Let's see the test.
Oh, hell, Grape Creek's polluted with PFAS chemicals. Man, you don't know if you're punched or bored, pal. But there's no repercussion, right? You're up here on the high seat. You're the commissioner. You're the full bird colonel. We're all just a bunch of grunts. So that's, I mean, so when Chuck tells me, he's like, and I'm like, as bad as I hate to say it, you're right? So that's why I'm so upset, and that's like why I feel like this is my only recourse, is to lash out and try to let the public know that all we can do is try to expose their credibility. I mean, there's nothing else that can actually happen for them lying to us, besides they're going to burn in hell. And I mean, that doesn't help us in the immediate point in time.
Well,
right? If Billy Biden burns in hell, I could care less. All right, I literally do not even a shred of my being cares about that. That is not my business. It's not my. I just have I have nothing about that. Right? I want this to be true. I don't care about if somebody burns in hell for lying. I want credibility and I want transparency, and there is none. And so you can set up there, Bill, and say how everybody's saying that you were at the center of it and you weren't, and you can try to defend yourself. But you're already exposed, bud. Where you at? Here's the seat. I came back from Miami doing business so I could get you on here, and here this is still where you're at. right? There's nobody here. At least Dave Snyder had enough balls to come in here and try to answer the questions the best he could.
Yeah, and it was pretty good. He had a little cheat sheet. He had to kind of go over Jordy's paper and say how bad Jordy reported on what he.
Well, and he didn't say nothing about that till we called him out on it.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So he got called out on it.
But he barely got called out on it. Barely.
But he said it several times, sitting right here. Jordan published some stuff that wasn't true. Okay, a lot of stuff. He just said that he was trying to. So there again, we can't stand for it. And here again, how do you keep this from happening? This is a pattern of behavior here in Custer County.
Well, so that's what
it's a pattern of behavior.
That's what they used to do in the old days. That's what they called tar and feather, right? So when somebody would act like that, they would literally dip them in tar and then dump feathers on them.
So I'm going to say the most civil thing that we can do, the most loving, kind action, is to get community-oriented and get involved in your community to keep this kind of stuff from happening. And that has all the way to do with the courthouse and all the doings there. It has to do with all these other boards here, whether it's a school board.
School board.
You're going to have to
town
get
boards,
involved.
All of it. The fire department board, the sheriff's office. I mean, all of these entities need oversight. They just do. I mean, when programs are that big, folks, they can't run theirself, right? It's not a one-man band, right? It takes people, and it takes experience, and it takes good-hearted courage and strength and give a shit to make it happen. And as soon as you get ulterior motives and corruption and greed, you're going to put people at risk. We're talking about half of the state getting their drinking water out of Pueblo Reservoir. I don't know exactly that it's that much, but it's a bunch, right? That's a 60-inch pipeline. That's a big son of a gun, boys.
And one of the
all
things,
that drinking water would be tainted coming from here. And it still might be if they try this pilot program and it don't work.
Yeah, and I have no faith in that. I got no faith in any of it. From what I've been looking at, is to bust that thing up and to properly get rid of it is going to be a major undertaking.
But we will say, I know that Paul, he's been busy, and there have been a lot of people that, knocking on his cell phone. But he's already committed to coming on. We don't have a date yet, but he's got a lot of good information. I will say this, that the people that he's dealing with, they know what they're talking about. They
the oil well stuff? Oil field?
They took a Mustang and they positively charged this oil, and they poured it in that Mustang and then drained all the oil out and drove it from LA to Las Vegas with no oil in it.
So that's a pretty good coating of viscosity. That's a pretty slick coating.
That's more than just a coating. That's a molecular bond.
Exactly.
So, I mean, they obviously know what they're talking about. I mean, there's nobody else doing that. I mean, have you ever run your car out of oil, right? It lasts like maybe 30, 45 seconds. That's
She don't last long.
Bam, throw the rod.
Don't even have to be plumb out. Just need to get a little low down there and not grab it in a few spots.
So, I mean, that whole thing is quite interesting. And so, I mean, we're looking forward to getting Paul on here. I mean, he already said that he would. He just wanted to make sure that he was educated enough that when he came on that he didn't, that he knows what he was talking about. And I know they're busy.
And he gave me the websites to what you're talking about. He gave me those websites. So that's them right there.
Yep, pro1water.com.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, he's trying to figure stuff out. He's trying to be proactive.
And that's what we were saying from the very start, or what I've been saying the whole time, folks, is it's going to take some serious technology for this PFAS stuff, right? I mean, we need to get some of the brightest minds in the whole world to work on this stuff, because it literally is way worse than what the Romans went through with the lead cups. I mean, we just don't realize how sick America is because of all this pollution.
Exactly. And it's coast to coast, north to south.
And the honorary part is it's the world over, right? I mean, I don't know what the European Union and I mean, I really don't care. I shouldn't say that, but
it's pretty small planet at this point.
It is pretty small planet. I care about what we're doing, right? I mean, I can't really. It's not that I don't care what they're doing, but like, let's care about ourselves first.
No, that personal responsibility is what it's all about. Take care of home first.
You can't pull the splinter out of someone else's eye till you pull the timber out of your own.
Yeah, there you go. So we're not in here trying to combat or knock these guys around. Very disappointed in a group of leaders here. And here again, I'm going to blame myself. I always feel a little guilty when stuff like this goes awry. When I knew about it a long time ago, and I turned a blind eye to it, I was like, I'm not going to deal with them. This just seems like a group of people that are just, whatever reason, they're not going to do anything to think ahead and to get ahead of it. Just wasn't going to happen. I watched the discussion. I don't know how long they keep their minutes, but if we could go back 25 years and listen to the discussions back then, you can see just how kind of stupid people were about the whole thing. Because it would have been addressed back then, and it would have accompanied all the lots and all the infrastructure that was going to be built. Number one, inflation woun't have happened.
Well,
we could have had more of affordability. Would have had ample time to got grant money.
The thing about it, though, not to give them, not to stick up for them, but they just figured out that the leach field wouldn't perk not very long ago. So all of that 25 years ago, that really didn't. I mean, there was a problem there, but it wasn't nearly as big a problem because if the leach field would work, the problem is a lot less substantial, folks. And there's no leach field to be had because we're on this volcanic ash.
It's already used up.
Well, it's just, it won't percolate.
It's already saturated, and it's to a point where it can't go down further.
Well, yeah, it's clay.
Done. Yeah.
Once you get it wet, it seals.
Done. Game over.
70. I asked Dave at the meeting, how far, what's that clay layer like? He says it's 75 feet deep to bedrock. It's all volcanic ash. That's all it is to bedrock. There's no percolating. It's not like it is on the east side. On the east side of on the west side of Grape Creek, yeah, it's cobble. It's cobble rock and gravel. Over here, it's not. It's this ash. And that's why you have these funny deposits with all these minerals and that huge silver deposit and all that stuff. There's 9 million ounces of silver out here, folks, if you didn't know that.
And we're fixing to find out.
Well, we already know. I already know because I own a bunch of the ground that the BLM has leased to Viscount Mining out from underneath us. They said, well, sorry to inform you, but we got the mineral rights. Well, wait till I try to put that in a conservation easement and then see how far along you get.
Well, that'd be handy, brother.
Anyhow,
So yeah, it's we got battles going on here, and it takes we the people.
well,
That's the moral of the story.
So that is the moral of the story. And with that being said, folks, once again, I do apologize for my behavior. I just hope you understand that there's a reason why I go off the rails like that, because I don't have any other recourse. These rotten, no good, lying people that we put in a position of power to take care of our better behalf will not represent us properly, and I don't have any recourse but to try to let you people know. So with that being said, we wish you a good evening.
Yep. Good evening, folks.